So I start as the prediction, because one thing futurists do is we do try and think what might happen in the future. And I'm going to make a prediction for about 2 years in the future. And I think in 2 years' time, there's going to be a lot more people talking seriously about the future. The future needs our attention. It needs our views. It needs thinking about. And this prediction I make, not just because of Brave New World to play, although that is going to have an effect, and it is going to make people think about the future. But I make this prediction because of the acceleration of history. The acceleration of history. It means that things are happening faster and changing more than before. And more people are going to be aware of it. In fact, if we look at what's changed in the last 10 years, a lot of big changes that we sort of take for granted. So I read a lot of books. 10 years ago, books were read on physical books. Nowadays, Amazon sells many more e-books than they do physical books. Shocking thing. If you go on the tube, you'll see lots of people with Kindles or iPads reading books there. That's a change that even the CEO of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, said they did not expect to happen so quickly. Just 3 years after they started selling e-books, that change happened. Then there's tablets everywhere. I mean, the kinds of tablets that you give to your grandparents or your grandchildren to occupy their time, and Skype calls, all that did not happen 10 years ago. 10 years ago there were a few smartphones, maybe about 20 million or so in the world. I know about that because I spent 25 years of my life in the smartphone industry. That's after I did mathematics and after I did philosophy, I ended up doing software. I ended up envisaging a brave new world of smartphones. And 10 years ago, I thought was doing pretty well with 20 million. But now, 10 years later, there are 100 times as many smartphones in use and probably 100 times as powerful. 10 years ago, nobody in this room was on Facebook. 10 years ago, the only people who were on Facebook were a few people in North American universities. And then there's Twitter. 10 years ago, political leaders did not make announcements on Twitter because there was no Twitter. And YouTube. 10 years ago, there was only about a dozen videos on YouTube. And you may think that's flippant, but YouTube actually enables profound changes in education. The richest man in the world, Bill Gates, he has his children viewing videos on Khan Academy. Khan Academy has lots of very short 10-minute videos teaching about mathematics and history and every single subject under the world. They're all free. And the richest man in the world, who could pay for anything if he wanted, he's very happy for his children to learn that way. And the iPhone, or the modern smartphone, it's not just got more computing power than the Apollo 11 spacecraft that went to the moon and back. It's got more computing power than all of the computers used by NASA to plot and run that mission, just in one single device.